In the West, we have an arrogant assumption that democracy defeated communism and fascism in the 20th century because freedom is simply morally superior. But in his terrifying breakdown of the future in 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, Yuval Noah Harari exposes the cold, mathematical reality. Democracy only won because its data processing was faster. Discover the Algorithmic Dictator, and why the rise of artificial intelligence is perfectly designed to flip the mathematical script, making centralized, totalitarian dictatorships the most terrifyingly efficient governments the world has ever seen. To understand the future, Harari says we must look at governments not as moral institutions, but as data processing systems. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union tried to process all the economic data of an entire empire in one single central office in Moscow. It was physically impossible. The Soviet bureaucracy was too slow, so their economy collapsed. Capitalism and democracy distributed the data processing to millions of independent citizens and businesses. Democracy won the 20th century because decentralized data processing was mathematically vastly superior to centralized human bureaucracy. But the invention of artificial intelligence and big data completely changes the rules of the game. For the first time in human history, it is actually possible to process the data of 1 billion people in a single, centralized location in real time. If you have a superintelligent AI and absolute, horrific surveillance over every citizen, tracking their faces, their heartbeats, their emails, and their bank accounts, the centralized system is no longer slow. It becomes practically omniscient. Harari warns that algorithms are inherently centralizing. They get smarter the more data you feed them, meaning a regime that forcibly collects all data will technically build the smartest AI. This leads to the terrifying realization of the algorithmic dictator. In the 21st century, an authoritarian regime armed with AI won't be a clumsy, failing system like Soviet Russia. It will be a terrifyingly efficient, mathematically perfect machine that knows exactly what its citizens are feeling before they even realize it themselves. Democracy is inherently messy, slow, and divided. Harari argues that if we don't figure out how to protect data ownership, the sheer, cold efficiency of the AI dictator will economically and mathematically crush the slow, arguing democracies of the free world. It is absolutely terrifying to realize that your freedom, your privacy, and your mind are trapped inside a massive, invisible math equation. To realize that the machines are always listening and the data is always calculating. But tonight there is no signal. Here in the dark, you are completely offline. You are entirely useless to the machine. Disconnect your pulsing, exhausted mind from the great mechanical grid, sink downward into the perfect, uncalculated quiet. And I'll see you in the next story.